Good evening and welcome to Nationwide on the NTA. I'm Ayodeji Makinde. The National Association of Resident Doctors, NAD, has suspended its strike for 4 weeks. The National Executive Council meeting of the association, in a meeting held virtually, noted efforts by agencies of government to correct irregularities with payment of house officers, the formation of a committee to look into the reasons for pending payments within the next 72 hours, provision of a payment platform for subsequent payments, as well as the use of official number of house officers for identification. The NEC also noted that bench fees for outside postings for resident doctors has been abolished. However, secularization is yet to be done, as it is awaiting ratification by the National Council on Health. After deliberation, NEC resolved that in view of its resolutions, a timeline of 4 weeks has been given to the federal government to sort out all pending issues. The association has therefore suspended its indefinite nationwide industrial action from Monday, 12th April 2021 at 8 a.m. NEC also confirms that all outstanding payments will be worked out. Sultan Muhammad Saad Abubakar has called on Muslims to look for the new moon of Ramadan on Monday, 12th of April 2021, which is the 29th day of Sha'ban 1442 after Hijrah and the first day to look out for the new moon. A statement signed by the Chairman Advisory Committee on Religious Affairs, Sultanate Council, Sokoto, Professor Sambo Wali Junaidu, said the sighting should be reported to the nearest district or village head or through the following numbers for onward communication to the Sultan: 080-715-7100, 0706-741-6900, 0806-630-3077, 0803-614-9757, 0803-596-5322, and 0803-594-5903. Moving on now, an officer attached to the Bauchi State Command of the Nigerian Correctional Service is being interrogated for allegedly smuggling a mobile phone into the custodial center. The development resulted in skirmishes between the inmates who were to benefit from the illegal deal and other staff members who busted the plan. A statement from the Public Relations of Correctional Service Bauchi Command, DSC Adam Abubakar Jibrin, states that 2 personnel and 5 inmates sustained injuries in the commotion but have been treated and discharged from the facility's medical unit. The restive inmates have also been put under control, and the staff involved are undergoing investigation as ordered by the State Controller of the Nigerian Correctional Service. Katsina Area Command of the Nigeria Customs Service has intercepted smuggled contraband with duty-paid value of about 60 million naira. Acting Controller of the Command, Dalla Wadi Chedi, who disclosed this while displaying the seized items to newsmen, said the interception was made within the last 2 weeks. Shehu Adamu reports.
In address to newsmen after assuming office, Controller Dalha Wadachi decided operatives of the command intercepted 866 bags of foreign rice of 50 kilograms each, 10 bags of foreign rice of 25 kilograms each, 181 cartons of foreign spaghetti, 50 jerrycans of foreign vegetable oil of 25 liters each, and 10 cartons of macaroni. Other seizures made by the command include 18 cartons of foreign couscous, 17 cartons of foreign tomato paste, 15 bags of foreign sugar, 40 imported gas cylinders of 50 kilograms each, as well as 394 bags of tiger nuts of 100 kilograms each smuggled into the country.
Anybody who will be a saboteur to the national interest, it definitely will not spare him.
Controller Dalhawada Chedi explained that all the vehicles used as means of conveyance were also seized as Tokumbo vehicles, including smuggled Peugeot 406 and Scania truck head, were also intercepted. He solicited the support and understanding of border communities in the fight against smuggling and commended the sense of patriotism being exhibited by the operatives of the Katsina Area Command of the Nigerian Customs Service in discharging their duties. In Katsina, Shehu Adamu, NTA News.
The People's Democratic Party governors' meeting held under closed doors in Makurdi, the Benue State capital, has ended with a call on leadership to strive to end the endemic security problems in the country. Chairman of the forum, Alhaji Aminu Tambua, disclosed this after the long hours of its deliberations. Charles Abba reports.
The civil apron of the NAF airport, Makurdi, witnessed an unprecedented number of aircrafts that lifted the PDP governors to the meeting. The meeting, which was held at the banquet hall of the government house, Makurdi, lasted for hours, and at the end of the deliberation, chairman of the PDP Governors Forum, Alhaji Aminu Tambua, read the communique issued. The meeting recommended decentralization of the nation's security architecture with emphasis on states and local governments. It called on revenue mobilization, allocation, and fiscal commission to evolve new formula as to allocate more resources to states and local governments. The meeting also called for a more transparent and accountable running of the NMPC. It also called on Mr. President to lift the no-flight zone imposition on Zamfara State. The forum, however, commended governors of PDP-controlled states for their execution of legacy projects, among others.
Assures Nigerians that health is on the way and the PDP is primed to offer effective leadership once again to Nigeria. It enjoined Nigerians to once more place their trust on the PDP as the only effective vehicle to salvage the country.
The meeting was the first of its kind held in a state capital other than the FCT, Abuja. In Makurdi, Charles Abba, NTA News.
Nationwide continues in Lagos, and Jennifer is standing by as our guide. Hello, Jennifer. Good evening.
Ayodiji. Now, after 35 years of it being abandoned, repair works have begun on the fishing logistic-based jetty in Lagos. The jetty will not only be accessible to different types of fishing vessels, but also open up the area for business activities and create more job opportunities for Nigerians. Imoleayo Tokede Ogufowora, who was at the jetty, tells us more.
A project currently being carried out by the Nigeria Institute for Oceanography and Marine Research is targeted at supporting vessels visiting the western part of the country. It will also serve as an avenue to generate revenue for the government.
From what you are seeing here is what we are able to achieve for the past 12 or thereabout months. And the ministry will give them the necessary support.
The Institute also trained artisans in different areas of the fish value chain, while scientists from other African countries were at the facility to learn various data gathering techniques. These achievements are part of President Muhammadu Buhari's vision aimed at building an agribusiness economy capable of generating exports and supporting sustainable income.
We support them to actually work in the area of a turtle extruder device. What it means is that without us certifying all our fishing companies in the country with USA, our shrimp and prawns cannot be accepted in the US.
If you look at the quantum of fish materials that we are importing into this country, and the stock that we have naturally, you find out that people can actually come and invest in this country. So we are looking for off-takers.
The Federal College of Fisheries and Marine Technology, as well as the repaired fish vessel with capacity for researching and assessing the abundance of stock, were also visited by the board chairman and members of the institutes. In Lagos, Imoleayo Tokede Ogufowora, NTA News.
Now, refugees, migrants, and internally displaced persons in the southwest zone have appreciated the government for meeting their requests that conventional travel document, CTD, and refugee identity cards be accepted as means of identification to enable them carry out financial transactions in Nigeria. Amaka Owo reports that this was highlighted at a town hall meeting held by the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants, and Internally Displaced Persons in Lagos.
This is a gathering of persons who, by no choice of theirs, have found themselves in certain predicaments. Their plight is such that as they try to seek for home away from home, they grapple with challenges of resettlement.
We've always told our commission that we would like to be empowered so that we'll be self-reliant and we'll be able to put food on our table.
We are over 500 people, and our problem now is where to stay. We don't have anywhere to stay, from one uncompleted building to the other every day. So please, we need help.
Organizers of this town hall meeting disclose that government has made frantic efforts to addressing these issues.
The Central Bank of Nigeria has issued a directive to commercial banks in Nigeria to recognize the CTD, that is the conventional travel document, and refugee identity card as means of identification of refugees and asylum seekers in Nigeria.
We need to explain to them why it is important to embark on the health insurance scheme. And of course, we try to also educate them on the need to be more open in their dealings with the Commission and the other agencies that are here to help them.
These asylum seekers are from neighboring countries such as the Democratic Republic of Congo, Cameroon, Sudan, and the Central African Republic residing in Nigeria.
My name is Alhaji Lai Mohammed, the Minister of Information and Culture. I just received my first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine, and I'm glad I did so. This vaccine has been proven to be safe and efficacious. And as long as we take this vaccine and we continue to obey the COVID-19 protocols, such as frequent washing of hands, use of sanitizer, wearing of masks in public places, keeping social distancing, avoiding gatherings, we are sure going to beat COVID-19.
Contemporary times require practical skills to remain competitive and relevant in your organization. Therefore, take advantage of NTA College short proficiency courses to sharpen your professional skills. Basic Broadcast Accounting and Auditing. Date 19th April to 30th April 2021. 2 weeks. Audio Engineering, Operations and Maintenance. Date 19th April to 23rd April 2021. 1 week. Protocol, Event Management and Public Relations. Date 3rd May to 14th May 2021. 2 weeks. Intermediate Camera Operation Techniques. Date 17th May to 11th June 2021. 4 weeks. The course fee for the 4-week course is 100,000 naira per participant. The fee for the 2-week course is 80,000 naira, while the course fee for the 1-week course is 40,000 naira only. Accommodation inclusive. Venue for all the courses is the serene and secure environment of NTA College near Old Government House, Rayfield, Jos. For more inquiries, please call 0803-314-4383 or 0806-980-9807. NTA College, Jos, training you to be the best you want to be.
You're welcome back. The House of Representatives says the ongoing constitution review process is an opportunity to enhance the status of the third tier of government. The Deputy Speaker, Ahmed Idris Wase, says this will help address the challenge of insecurity. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali reports that the Deputy Speaker disclosed this at a workshop for council chairmen and councillors.
Infrastructure deficit is the root of the low level of socio-economic activities at the grassroots, which give rise to some of the challenges gradually spreading to urban centers. Going by the saying that a chain is as strong as its weakest points, the Deputy Speaker stressed that there has to be a deliberate collective effort to get the local government system working again.
Before the end of this regime, we should deliver on the constitutional amendment a very viable, workable local government system that will be truly third tier of government. Not a third tier that when you do federation account allocation, some few persons will go and sit down somewhere in the small room, did all the cuttings, and then send out the peanuts. Meanwhile, the bulk of the problem, be it infrastructure, be it the security, is there at the grassroots.
House Minority Leader Ndudi Lumelu said, to be a true representative of the people, empathy is essential, and that can only be achieved with sound knowledge of affairs.
At the end of this exercise, they will be well-groomed, well-informed, and they will be empathic, and also see themselves as humble representatives that will go back and showcase all that they have learned here and put them into good use.
Other speakers at the training emphasized that all tiers of government must be accountable to citizens by adhering to rule of law. Lami Ali.
The People's Democratic Party, PDP, has held its zonal elective congress under the leadership of Governor Samuel Otom in Makurdi, the Benue State capital. Governor Otom, who received Professor Jerry Ghana and others back to the party, described the Congress as transparent and credible. Charles Abba reports.
Aperaco Stadium, venue of the People's Democratic Party PDP North Central Zonal Congress, had delegates casting their votes for contestants of their choice out of the 23 positions. Governor Samuel Otom, who assured party members that only the will of the people would prevail in future elections, welcomed Professor Jerry Ghana and others to the fold and charged those elected to play according to the rules of the game.
Issues of equity, fairness, and justice must be respected. The oath of office you have taken here today, you told God and the rest of us that you will protect, preserve the constitution of our party, the PDP, and also the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Other PDP stakeholders like former Senate Presidents Yuchia Ayu, David Mark, and Bukola Saraki expressed optimism that the party would take national leadership baton in 2023 general elections and those of the North Central geopolitical zone. Chairman of the party in Benue State, John Ngbede, thanked God for the successful conduct of the election and appreciated the support of Governor Samuel Otom and others for the smooth running of the party. The Congress had 6 states of Benue, Kogi, Nasarawa, Niger, Plateau, Kwara, and the Federal Capital Territory as participants. In Makurdi, Charles Abba, NTA News.
Leveraging the gains of the just concluded ECOWAS Parliament's extraordinary session in Freetown, Sierra Leone, the regional legislature is pushing the case for women empowerment further towards equity and inclusion in all sectors of the society. A meeting of ECOWAS Parliament's Joint Committee on Social Affairs, Gender and the Promotion of Women, Education, Science and Culture, and Health in Monrovia, Liberia will articulate the role of women in the development of West Africa vis-à-vis the need for their participation in leadership to achieve regional integration, peace, security, good governance and social-economic development. Speaker Sidi Mohamed Tunis will lead members of parliament from across West Africa to the delocalized meeting scheduled for April 13 to 17, 2021, and the outcome of which will be presented to plenary for further legislative action. Electricity users are appealing to the government and the managers of electricity outfits to make prepaid meters available to all homes across the country to checkmate excessive billing and reduce the sufferings of the masses. Kelvin Samuel reports that Nigerians say estimated electricity tariff billing is causing a lot of problems between consumers and agents of electricity distribution companies in Akwa Ibom states.
Electricity is no doubt an essential commodity that is regularly needed by all as it enhances economic activities as well as the social well-being of the people. This is why, despite the various ugly experiences of the people with power distribution companies, ranging from lack of adequate power supply to overestimated billing, they still strive to remain connected to power.
Because I cannot stay in two-bedroom flat and I will be paying a sum of 10,000 naira at the end of the month. It's uncalled for.
I paid 7,000 out of 8,000. They said I have to still balance. And you disconnect me with the one I paid 5,000, 6,000. They will use that medium and fight you, bring boys to come and fight you.
One of such is the case of Mr. Sunday Kaza, a businessman who resides at Trinity Estate in Bakitan Free until his encounter with marketers of distribution company was healthy and going about his daily businesses. Sunday's crime was asking them not to cut off his slide, since he had already paid and with his receipt, but instead they unleashed on him, condemning his left leg.
That for 2, sometimes we will not have light for 2 complete 2 weeks, and they will bring 9,000 something, 10,000. And this particular month, the same thing for 2 complete 2 weeks, we don't have light.
There is so much bitterness among the people as regards the way they are being treated by power distribution companies who they claim would supply power worth 1,000 naira but turn around to give them bills of 10,000 naira. When they manage to pay up to 5,000 naira and above, they still return to cut off the light. They are of the opinion that availability of prepaid meters will mark the end of this ugly menace. In Uyo, Kevin Samuel, NTA News.
In another development, that necessity is the mother of invention is no longer in doubt. The tougher the situation, the more the determination to break even. These were exemplified recently at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, when the Citadel of Learning was greeted with the cheering breakthrough in electricity generation achieved through a refuse-derived fuel-powered 100 kVA generating plant. Mina Okobasi reports.
Over the years, electricity generation has been one of the most difficult problems facing the Nigerian economy, especially given its peculiar trade and business nature. It is for that reason that efforts for alternative power sources have topped all measures by both the public and private sector, who are in dire need of electricity solutions to suit the needs of the people. But the recent cheering news from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, seem to have become the long-awaited light at the end of the tunnel. The Vice-Chancellor informed the Minister of Science and Technology, who was on a working visit to the university, that the innovation was a result of a 7-year intensive research aimed at solving the overwhelming power challenges of the university.
2 years ago, we started with 100 kVA, and today we are showing the Honorable Minister of Science and Technology the 500 kVA waste to wealth electricity generating set that we developed. Everything from the scratch to the final was developed here at the University of Nigeria. According to him,
the 15-man research team led by Professor Emenike Diogu, while demonstrating the efficacy of the innovation, stated that the 5 major materials used were charcoal, solid wood, locally generated waste, rice dust, coal, and sawdust. The minister, who also inspected the electricity plant, announced that the federal government is to implement a 5-year national waste to wealth project using appropriate technologies to improve the living standard of the people.
I urge other Nigerian universities to pay more attention to research and innovation. This is one way that Nigerian universities can, in the future, be ranked amongst the best in the world.
The Waste to Wealth program, he said, will help reduce joblessness, create clean cities, and be incorporated into the school curriculum for the young Nigerians to emulate. Scientists from research institutes and other universities accompanied the minister during the visit. In Enugu, Mina Adobe Kobasi, NTA News.
It's now time to join Salamatu in our Kaduna Network Center for more reports on Nationwide. Hello, Salamatu.
Hello, Ayo, and welcome to Kaduna. Achieving accelerated growth, coordinated water resources and development approach for agriculture and domestic consumption takes center stage at a one-day sensitization workshop on National Water Master Plan. Yahana Suhasan Barrow reports that experts are calling for a robust strategy to ensure that target for water sufficiency for all is not a mirage.
According to records by the National Bureau of Statistics and the United Nations Children Fund UNICEF, more than 33% of Nigeria's population have no access to potable drinking water. This challenge contributes to a major setback in agricultural production and domestic consumption in Nigeria and other nations the world over. Although Goal number 6 of the Sustainable Development Goals seeks to ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation in Nigeria. For instance, the National Water Resources Master Plan 2013 is a step taken to actualize the SDGs goal.
The plan was done over 22 years, since 1999, and now we are trying to review it so that at least in Nigeria, we will be able to have a water in every actor and in every sector.
Everybody will look at the content of that master plan and know their expectations so that they will be able to now develop activities to ensure that this water is available to all.
Ibrahim Dasuki from Katsina State is among the participants drawn from the Northwest Geopolitical Zone to extensively discuss on the successes and profile solutions to the challenges of achieving this national plan.
People are drilling boreholes indiscriminately. So there is need for us to sit down and tell ourselves, where are we going? What do we do? What is the water potential?
Participants like the Suki are optimistic that the basic natural resource will be available to every household in time to come. In Kanu, Yahana Sahasambaro, NTA News.
Moving on, federal government is reaching out to Fulani nomads to empower them on ranching. National Commission for Nomadic Education has been leading capacity building for nomads in Kacha local government area. Haruna Muhammad has the details.
The components of the training consist of vocational skills, ICT training, irrigation farming, barbing and hairdressing, as well as beekeeping technology.
I am under animal health production. We are ready to learn more things.
I am participating on sewing, which we call tailoring and fashion designing.
The capacity building workshop is designed to make Fulani nomads economically relevant.
They will be able to create wealth and they will be employers of labor that revolves around their productive system so that they are engaged. When you engage the youths, you have a lot of reduction in restiveness and other social vices.
The consensus is that efforts like these will reduce crimes among rural settlements. In Kaduna, Haruna Mohammed, NTA News.
And that concludes our package from Kaduna. Nationwide continues with Ayo in Abuja.
Thanks, Salamatu. The Nigerian Navy says equipping senior naval officers and their contemporaries from sister services with requisite capacity and skills in leadership and national security, as well as operational arts strategy, is key in combating the nation's contemporary security challenges. Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awal Gambo, who was represented by the Flag Officer commanding Eastern Naval Command, said this during the inauguration of the Naval Warfare Course 5 participants in Calabar. Maureen Leo Ajom reports.
Maritime security challenges such as piracy, armed
robbery and crude oil theft, as well as emerging security challenges such as terrorism, farmers and herders conflicts, cultism and political violence, among others, are on the increase. These challenges, the Nigerian Navy says, have placed a demand on national resources and human capacity development, hence the need to continually develop the capacity of command-level officers.
The college remains poised at attaining global best standards by ensuring that observed inadequacies and shortcomings are promptly addressed.
The Naval Warfare course is particularly structured to equip senior naval officers by developing their critical competence for effective command, managerial, and leadership roles.
Course content, has been carefully selected to cover a wide range of issues that will equip the participant.
They constitute the middle element that connects the strategic level security practitioners as well as the tactical level practitioners.
Participants were charged to be responsible, disciplined, and cooperative to accomplish set goals together.
The operational level course is to further enable us to function in joint operations.
The Naval War College Nigeria, as a center of excellence in naval and joint military operations, has evolved a robust curriculum that has the right professional knowledge and skills needed to tackle security challenges in Nigeria, in line with the vision of the Chief of Naval Staff. In Calabar, Maureen Leo Ajom, NTA News.
In view of the rising public debt profile of the nation, critical stakeholders in the financial sector are strategizing to engender an avenue to broaden the discourse on Nigeria's debt profile and explore ways for debt cancellation for the country. Elizabeth Omorui has details of the national dialogue at the instance of Action Aid Nigeria.
At December 31, 2020, data from the Debt Management Office indicates that the nation's total debt stock is 32.9 trillion naira. This upward trend, financial experts say, is worrisome, as debt keeps piling up, closing the fiscal space for effective delivery of public goods and services. Economists at this forum are concerned that the country is not exploring enough avenues to block leakages as a result of corruption and illicit financial flows.
These policy alternatives are necessary because continuing borrowing is clearly not sustainable, both in the short and in the long term.
Financial impropriety, unemployment, cost of governance, and poverty, they highlighted as factors hampering development obligations.
The reasons why the government publishes all relevant information on public debt include debt transparency and accountability, and to engender constructive discourse of this nature.
But what matters most is the quantum of the debt and the usage of the debt as well.
They suggest proper tracking of project implementation and budgeting, as well as funding of critical sectors to ensure greater efficiency in the judicious use of available resources. In Abuja, Elizabeth Omori, NTA News.
The Nigeria Center for Disease Control has confirmed 84 new cases of COVID-19 in the country. In the latest figures released by the center, Lagos has 26 new infections, Rivers 10, Ebonyi 9, and Abia and Kano with 6 new cases each. Others are Osun 2, Bauchi and Delta 2, Edo, Jigawa, Kaduna, and Ogun completes the day's tally with a new infection each. Nigeria now has 163,736 confirmed new cases of COVID-19, out of which 154,098 were treated and discharged, while 2,060 persons have died of the virus. The Medical and Dental Practitioners Disciplinary Tribunal has struck out the name of one Sunday Elusoji from its register for professional negligence. It was proved that his negligence caused disability to one Uwa Osage while attending to him in his private health facility in Benin, the Edo State's capital. Correspondent Omenka Amarachuku reports.
Sunday Elusoju, a registered medical practitioner and consultant surgeon engaged at the University of Benin Teaching Hospital, was found guilty of a 3-count charge of malpractice operating a clinic concurrently while under the employment of the University of Benin Teaching Hospital, issuing a medical report using the letterheaded paper of the University of Benin Teaching Hospital. The patient had on 10th of March 2013 visited the said doctor after sustaining a gunshot injury on his right leg from armed robbers. The doctor, however, failed to take an X-ray of the patient to determine the level of damage before carrying out treatment on the patient. It was also proved that instead of treating the patient in the government facility where he was employed, he managed the patient at his private clinic. In its judgment, Chairman of the Medical and Dental Practitioners Disciplinary Tribunal, Professor Abba Waziri Hassan, said there was no moral justification for the respondent's improper conduct, which he ought to know based on his standing in the profession. In another matter, one Adolphus Orifo was found guilty of 4-count charge preferred against him and was suspended for 6 months. In Abuja, Umenka Mrachuku, NTA News.
Governor Zulum distributes food and non-food items to IDPs and returnees in Bama and Kunduga. Let's join Mohammed Ibrahim, who is standing by in our Maiduguri Network Center for details of this and more. Hello, Mohammed.
Hello, Ayodeji. Thank you so much for joining us in Maiduguri. Borno State Government has reiterated commitment to entrenchment of civil authority in Bama local government area. Governor Babagana Umar Zulum stressed the position of his administration when he distributed food and non-food items as well as cash support amounting over 130 million naira to 40,000 internally displaced persons and returning households in Bama town. Mohammed Goni reports.
Bama local government, a commercial hub and agrarian area, was overrun and occupied by the insurgents in 2014 for 7 months, destroying about 90% of structures before it was liberated. Government had since reconstructed the communities and resettled the residents, with the IDPs from taking refuge in a designated camp. Governor Babagana Umar urged the beneficiaries to be prayerful to end the insurgency as Ramadan fast is around the corner.
Our main objective is to support them, because the Ramadan fasting is coming and the people are in dire need of humanitarian support.
Meanwhile, 27,000 people consisting of male and female IDPs and those from host community benefited from distribution of food and non-food items, including cash support in Kunduga local government. As was the case in Bama, the 16,000 female beneficiaries received 5,000 naira, a fabric and sachets of sugar, while the 11,000 male beneficiaries were presented with food items. As part of his engagement there, Professor Zulum also met with stakeholders, civilian jetty, as well as hunters of Kunduga, where issues relating to security, welfare and development of the area were highlighted, with emphasis on resuscitation of agricultural activities. In Maiduguri, Mahmoud Goni, NTA News.
In the meantime, Governor Babagana Umar Zulum says the recent success recorded by Al-Bashir Goni Usman at the just concluded international Quranic recitation competition held in Kenya is not for Borno but the whole country. Governor Babagana Umar Zulum stated this when he received the winner at the Government House Maiduguri. Again, Mohammed Goni reports that Governor Babagana Umar Zulum announced 5 million naira cash support to the winner of the Quranic recitation competition.
تتنزل عليهم الملائكة ألا تخافوا ولا تحزنوا.
23 years old Al-Bashir Goni Usman Goni Idris from Borno State emerged winner of the International Quranic Recitation Competition held in Kenya, attended by 50 other countries. Professor Bagana Umar, who described Borno as home of Quranic education, congratulated the winner, his family, people of Borno and entire Nigerians on the success recorded. Governor Zulum also added that Quranic recitation competition will be brought under the new Sangaya and Islamia board for it to get the desired attention, and expressed optimism that the success and the knowledge gained will be put to use and transmitted to others. Muhammad Mahmoud Cook, on behalf of the entourage that accompanied Al-Bashir Goni Usman, said the winner competed from wards to national level, which paved the way for his emergence as the best reciter 2021 at the international level. He also recalled the emergence of Idris Abubakar Muhammad as world best reciter in Saudi Arabia in 2019. The second speaker thanked Governor Zulum for his continued support to the Quranic education in the state, which enabled competitors of Borno extraction to win in spite of challenges. In Maiduguri, Mohammed Goni, NTA News.
Those are the stories from Maiduguri. Time to take some messages again, after which Nationwide continues with Ogochukuka in Benin.
Youths are about the greatest assets the country has at the moment. It is therefore not surprising that the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari is strategically responding to the yearnings of the youth through multiple projects and programs. Youth entrepreneurship support, yes, by Bank of Industry, the Youth Investment Fund by the CBN, and several other conditional cash transfer programs. Recruitment of 774,000 social workers, majority of whom are youths, and so many other projects that are beneficial to youths directly or indirectly. If the administration can do all this, definitely with a degree of patience and time, it can achieve more. Nigerian youths must come together to say no to terrorism, no to vandalism, and no to all disruptive tendencies. Hashtag Youth for Greater Nigeria. Pacifying the youths, unifying the nation.
NTA News 24. A 24-hour news station brings to you news and happenings 7 days a week.
News at 10 a.m., news update at 11 and 1 p.m.
News desk at 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. and late evening news at 11 p.m.
Follow us on any of our platforms and keep abreast of events and current affairs within and outside our shores.
We are on DSTV channel 419, GoTV channel 46,
StarTimes channel 101 and Free TV channel 703. Join us.
I bring you wonderful news. The village headmaster is coming back to your screen. Mo wire abi mi o wire. Teacher you a fellow one project. Teacher you a fellow one project.
The premiere of the new season of The Village Headmaster, initially scheduled for the second quarter of 2021, has now been postponed till further notice. We apologize for this short notice and promise to keep our viewers and advertisers informed as soon as we have a new date.
And I know that even you too, you are getting a lot of orders too. We are trying, Shao.
Nationwide. The Oba of Benin, His Royal Majesty Ewa II, says fighting crime and criminality requires huge sacrifice, and until citizens are ready for this, every effort must be futility. The Oba stated this while handing over a piece of land in the community, Benin City, for the construction of a police station. Good looking reports.
This, which occupies 100 by 200 meters, was initially conceived some years back by the state government to serve as a befitting police station at Ubekun, but was delayed for some administrative reasons. Years after, the palace is handing over the piece of land to the state government to construct a police station to replace the one that was burnt during the NSAS protest. Representative of the Oba at the event, the Iweriogene of Benin, Chief Henry Bazwaye, describes the gesture as a contribution towards security. Permanent Secretary, Government House, Peter Omowa, who represented the governor, lauded the gesture.
To provide security for lives and property in the state.
So we are happy that our father, the Oba of Benin, Baiwa II, have officially handed over to the government. But after finishing, then the police work will continue here. We are very happy.
Deputy Commissioner of Police, Edo State Command, Dantiwayo Miller, and the Chairman, Edo State Oil and Gas Producing Area Development Commission, Esopadec, Pastor Kennedy Osifo, got a guided tour of the facility under construction. In good luck in Naini, NTA News.
And moving on now, women are known to be home managers and they adjust to any condition in order to keep the home moving. Many of them sometimes wonder if they had lost some money looking at what they bought with the amount of money they went to the market with. With the daily rise in the cost of commodities, services in the markets, correspondent Eugene will take a look at how women cope with the situation as home managers.
Many years ago, women got such foodstuff as they wanted with little amount of money as prices of goods and services were relatively low. However, as time went on, commodities in markets skyrocketed due to economic meltdown. This situation resulted in women adjusting to the economic realities as many families downsized their daily meals. Some women believe that the high cost of goods and services is because of hike in transportation and multiple taxes, which now affect the buyers and the sellers. They say, as home managers, adjustment is the only option.
We just have to buy the way they are. What we can afford, we buy. What we can't afford, we leave. Now, before they chop 3 times in a day. Now if you chop 2 times in a day, go thank God. Go there, they sell maybe 900 for crate before. Now people want to who they buy. Now 1.4. To even see the person who will buy maybe 1.450 they had. Look at the way that they manage. Now, person come and say something there inside. You know, if you leave your children and say they don't eat. So that's why we come out. Everybody is strong. Everything we can do. If our dad be small, we will be women. We are journal. Make our own scatter. Because we have to live for no man. And our husband they give us not reach anything at all. Not easy. The way they can help to stabilize prices, bringing down the cost of fuel, first of all, making good goods, because the farmers, they have the products in the farm, and to transport them to town for them to sell is difficult.
For effective home management, the respondents believe it's a collective responsibility, as one person alone cannot be left to provide things needed in the family. In Benin, Eugenia Ndubisi, NTA News.
And our sports, the glamour associated with the most important and biggest sports fiesta in Nigeria continues to bubble, with athletes and coaches relishing the joy and upsets involved in the festival. Let's join our correspondent Tamara Ibiwe for updates on some of the events.
Edo is coming up, and that's it! Edo State.
Nigeria's fastest man, Enoch relishes his victory at the National Sports Festival, sets his eyes on Olympic qualifiers.
It feels great. It wasn't easy, so I have to be very happy with the victory.
400 meters women's hurdles champion Abasiono Akpan hopes to improve. She says her coach was her motivation.
My next step now is for me to go back again and join it together with my coach and do some certain things I need to do, correct my mistakes, and get ready for the...
In tennis, Team Edo won gold in the women's doubles as the duo of Anu Ayegbusi and Osareme defeated their opponent 6-3, 6-2. In the men's singles, Emery Calvin of Delta State and Michael Chima of Imo State qualified for the final. From tennis, Team Rivers pipped Imo 2-0 in beach volleyball to win gold, while Edo lost out completely. Meanwhile, Edo State are through to the final of the women's volleyball event. Edo beat Delta 3-0. The related development, Edo State has emerged third best in the handball event after beating Borno 34-32.
But 32, a good opportunity and a good goal! Edo State again!
As one that has produced surprises, as one that has shown that the fitter team will always win, and as one that has shown that there's a limit to which experience can actually carry you.
In chess, 48 medals are up for grabs as 25 states battle in the male category and 19 in the female category. As wrestling begins in Edo 2020, fair play and good refereeing is the watchword, says President Nigeria Wrestling Federation Daniel Igali.
In wrestling, it's very difficult to cheat, especially since I've been president. As I'm talking to you in this festival, there are 3 replacement referees here. If any referee messes up, they are immediately sanctioned and replaced on the mats.
That's Edo 2020 Sports Update. I am Tamara Ibiwe. And that's it from the end. I just back to you for the continuation.
Thank you very much. Back here, let's talk more sports as Nigerian boxer knocks out his American opponent. Manzi Marcus will be telling us details on sports updates.
Nigeria's Efe Ajagba, who turned professional after the Rio 2016 Olympics, has improved his record to 12 knockouts in 15 wins with no defeat as he continues rising in the heavyweight division. In Tulsa, Oklahoma, the 26-year-old Nigerian defeated 40-year-old American Brian Howard via a third-round knockout to keep alive his ambition of one day challenging for the heavyweight title. Meanwhile, organizers of the Tokyo 2020 Olympics are planning to book 300 hotel rooms to accommodate athletes and officials who test positive to coronavirus during the July 23 to August 8 games. The patients will be quarantined for 10 days at the hotel near the games village, and all Olympic athletes will be tested for coronavirus every 4 days. Nearly 9,400 deaths have been recorded in Japan due to COVID-19, as Tokyo is placed under quasi-emergency from Monday to combat surging infections. On a sad note, former teammates, retired and active footballers paid their last respect to late Barnabas Menga, the former Super Eagles player and Lobby Stars team manager, with a novelty match at the Aparaku Stadium, Makurdi, the Benue State capital.
Barnabas, as a person, was very cheerful, given somebody who could give at the expense even of his family.
He has the quality of connecting with his friends.
At the Requiem Mass, Bishop Mike Angu urged Christians to live worthy lives just like the late footballer. Regina Ngodu Ayongo reports that friends and family members paid tributes to the deceased, who will also be remembered for his contributions to sports development in the country. With sports update, Manzi Marcus, NTA News.
And that's Nationwide this Sunday. Many thanks for watching. I'm Ayo Deji. Makinde, please remember to be a star, connect with the NTA and stand against rape and rapists. On behalf of the entire production crew, good evening.